As I was saying, I had some technical difficulties. So I had to reboot everything and stuff like that. Y'all know I do the dragon. Darts are just there for looks. I personally prefer bow and arrow. Yeah, maybe I should have did that one with the war paint. But anyway, so I was talking about strange gems from Marvel and DC, and I mentioned the Mother Teresa and John Paul ones from Marvel. Well, DC, I just want y'all to know, when I first read this, I didn't read it all the way through. And it totally fracked me up because I seen Captain Cole there, and I have no idea who this Deathstroke looking wannabe guy is. But when I first read it, I only read the part up here, Manhunter. So in my head, I seen the word Martian Manhunter, which is why I grabbed it. It's like, oh, John Jones. That's an interesting outfit that he has. Well, it's not John Jones. This is actually a human. I forgot what his name is. I don't think his powers, if he has any, is even relevant because I've never heard of him until today. So you can imagine the unthrill that happened when I opened it up. So let's talk about these Marvels 2-in-1s. And, you have a thing, a man thing, and Captain America in the grip of somebody with a big iron block in his hand. And then you have Weird World. I talked about Top Dog and Royal Roy. Again, people I've never heard of. And Wally the Wizard, which I'm kind of thumbing through. Then I talked about Coyote. And since I don't have the first issue where I can't find it, I kind of got to go through that. And now, for DC, Infinity Inc., that kind of threw me off a bit. And I'll tell y'all how much I really love the little Chinese girl there with the little whip thing. No, because she's like a badass. But so is Mr. Bones. And I can't remember if Helix is actually good guys or not, because I do have a Helix comic somewhere. I just have to find it. And then, like, the Shazam and stuff, and the Phantom Zone, and all this other stuff. So I want to talk to you about something that totally shocked the hell out of me and surprised me because I am a New Warrior fan. And I'm going to show you something that caught me by surprise as soon as I can dig it up. I know he's here somewhere. And no, I don't know who the hell Blue Diamond is. But, Turbo. Or should we call her predecessor Tornado. Or Torpedo. Yeah, Torpedo. That's his name. Torpedo. Well, Turbo took Torpedo's outfit. In the original Turbo, she's an Asian chick in the New Warriors. But I didn't know that Turbo's outfit, like I said, it shocked the hell out of me. And why can't I find it now that I mentioned it? I can't find the damn comic book. I just had the damn thing. I'm not going to stop and start all over. I'm just going to keep talking through it. If I find it, I find it. If I don't, I don't. Which looks like I'm not going to find it. Because God just hates me at this moment. Well, anyway, the suit that Turbo wears is the same suit that the Torpedo wore. Only without those little fan thingies. And so if you get a chance to Google the hero, the Torpedo, for Marvel, you should probably check him out. Because the book I had was actually pretty damn cool. And like I said, I must have put it back in the box. Because it's not in the stack. Unless it's like Lucky Charms, it's magically delicious. And I ate it. But I can't find it. So, as I was talking about these strange gems that I read, and why I stopped reading comic books is because the path they were on in these generations were my generation, and the path that I didn't want them to get off of. It's like somebody took my Gerber and just like started stabbing me with it. So I kind of fell out of the comic books. But the old comic books are awesome because you can still pretty much predict the direction that you wanted to go in, and up here, the comics in your head can go wherever you want them to go. But so now let me talk about superheroes and their ethnic backgrounds. There's not a lot of diversity in DC as there is in Marvel. I mean, there is now, but back in the day, yeah, we got like that one little Asian girl, a little Native American fella there, which they're both Asian legally, and then you have Superman and Shazam in them, and Superman is an alien, so technically that doesn't really count when his skin color is white. So, like I said, that doesn't really count. I just found Spinner Galaxy. I don't know what. Okay, that's issue number 5. So I'm gonna read this sometime this week. And this here, I swear to God, I seen it as a movie first, but it might have been a comic first. I'm not really sure because they're not like humans. They're humanoid, but they're like dogs and cats and rats and stuff. But it's a pretty good read, and the movie was pretty good too. So, therefore, now one of my gems, one of my favorite heroes from the New World, not the torpedo, excuse me. Vance Astro, aka Major Victory, the guy I was supposed to be for Halloween because I didn't get my damn shield. Okay, well, that was a little over the top there. But Vance Astro, aka Major Victory, it's been in the comics for quite some time, So people who don't know about him, and yes, he is a new warrior known as Vance Astrovok, who met himself from an alternate timeline before he became Major Victory, etc., etc. So this is before he becomes Justice, in case anybody cares. Because there's not a lot of Vance Astro fans out there like me, but I really like Vance Astro. I'm sorry, y'all be sleeping on Vance Astro because he's a telekinetic, but he's a badass mutant, and he even has Captain America's shield before they flipped the Guardians of the Galaxy and brought it into the current 5 people. Did you know? That kind of hurt my feelings because even though Yondu and all of them are so deep into like the 31st century, I still like the story with Vance Astro and Yondu more than I like the story that they have with Star-Lord and his 5, and I think they may have brought Yondu back, but I didn't pick up Guardians of the Galaxy after 98, 99, somewhere in there. I kind of started getting pissed off because, again, I love Marvel, but when you take a comic book and throw a curveball in there and switch directions, it really kind of fracks up the reader's day. It might not frack up everybody's day, but for more specific reasons, it fracked up my day. And it's like, dude, we're going to turn right, and you're going to take a right hit, right in the face, and then you're reading and you're like, what? Where's this guy? What the hell happened? So, and then if you really want me to really get into something that really hurt my feelings with comic books and cancellations, they cancel one of the greatest female superheroes ever. I don't know if they'll ever bring her back. And if anybody is in contention for a movie, I don't care who you guys get to play her, as long as y'all make her into a movie, and as long as you have all of her crew with her, because I can't remember their names right now, but Silver Sable needs a movie. Because she's the baddest bitch in Marvel without superpowers. She's like the female Punisher to the 10th power. Bitch like guns and weapons. Nice silver hair. Nice rack. Nice rear. Silver Sable was my favorite female hero that does not have powers. And if we gotta go on to a list of heroes that have powers, I have like maybe 20 of them that I really like. So we're not even gonna break that down, because that's gonna take up way too much time. Now, as I was saying, Marvel has premiere books like What If, and Marvel Premiere features the Jack of Hearts. I've never heard of him. I'm going to read this. This is Marvel Premiere 44. I don't know what year it came out. We can find out right now. It came out in 78. Damn. I was young. Real young. See if I can find it again. Right there where my thumb is. 1978. Hope you guys can see it. Hope my thumb's not blocking it. But anyway. Book's old. Older than most of you are looking at this right now. Not older than me though, but older than most of you. Now, when I first seen this Marvel premiere, Torpedo fucked me up. And I made a mistake about 5 seconds ago. Or whatever. Turbo on the New Warriors has the exact same outfit. I mean, she has the exact same outfit. And she actually shared it with a guy for a little while, because he stumbled in on her getting naked and getting into the suit to go help the New Warriors. I can't remember his name, but he has a different hero. He had like a mirror or some shit like that. He was the one person on the New Warriors who could only be more awkward than Speedball. But don't be sleeping on Speedball, because Speedball was a badass too. And as characters develop, the ones that don't seem like they're going anywhere, and then they get like smacked by Sinister or somebody because um, Blockbuster was smaller than Colossus in the Fall of the Mutant Saga and the Death in Dallas. Years later, he comes back and he's bigger than Colossus. And like I said, at one time Colossus was 7'4", and this is with that time when Colossus was 7'4". So Blockbuster was standing at a cool 10 feet, and karma is basically the word for this, because during the Fall of the Mutants, they bumped into the Marauders. It was the Marauders versus the X-Men, and the X-Men were moving the Morlocks to X-Men Mansion, and Polaris was possessed by Malice. So when they first bumped into there, the X-Men came in and all stealthy and all that shit, right? So, um, you know, Blockbuster's pushing this damn cart or whatever, and he walks slam dead into the chest of Colossus. And he looks up at Colossus and says, "My name is Blockbuster. Who are you?" "My name is Colossus." And he clocks him, and he launches him through there, which starts the attack against Marauders. And about this time, Colossus grabs Harpoon or Riptide. I think he killed Riptide, but he had Harpoon, and he's like manhandling everybody. And then Shadowcat got scared and couldn't unphase, and Scalp Hunter did something, and then Archlight, I think that's her name. Well, she fucked Colossus up. You know, knowing behold, a little tiny thing like Archlight, she's like maybe 5'8" compared to a guy who's 7'4". That's like comparing me to the Hulk because I'm only 5'3". So she slugs him, and then the real brawl begins. Wolverine's fucking up everybody. And then, what the hell is her name? Vertigo. Vertigo, since the Marauders are losing, uses her powers to just make everybody dizzy. And then Longshot throws a dagger and does something, and it hits her in the head and knocks her out. And unless I'm twisting up the comics, that should happen in the Fall of the Mutants. If I did twist it up, then it happens in the Inferno Saga when they make their comeback. And either or, you know, Colossus gets busted up by Blockbuster, but he doesn't get killed by Blockbuster. But in the end, the Marauders still get their asses whooped. And somehow or another, Riptide comes back from the dead. But that's Marvel. They're always bringing people back from the dead. And generally, it's the same person that you knew. And then, like, when they start switching things around, and Skrull Wars, or Secret Skrull Wars, and Infinity Crisis, and Civil War, and all this other stuff just started getting, like, really fucked up. Only then do they actually change people. But they changed Colossus royally. They shrunk his ass down to 6'7", and he only turns into 7'4" when he's actually Colossus, which really kind of sucked, because when he was originally Colossus, he was always 7'4", and whenever he bulked up, he just bulked right up into, you know, it's all metal and shit. And then they just kind of ruined everything. Now, the thing that got me reading Guardians of the Galaxy while we're on that subject was Wolverine's niece. I think she was his niece. She wasn't his daughter. I'm pretty sure she was his niece. And I have that comic somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it's a picture of all of the Marvel heroes on the comic and Wolverine's bones on a grave. And she and the Guardians of the Galaxy were fighting because she wanted to get his bones fused into her bones so that she would be invincible. So eventually, I guess he does die as Old Man Logan, and they find his bones. And I guess they don't bury them, but for some reason, or it's just artwork that they had his bones on the thing. And Wolverine's old magazine also has a lot of twists and turns in there, especially when he meets a little girl and a robot sidekick that looks just like him. I can't remember their names, but if you're a Wolverine fan, you know who the hell I'm talking about. So it's kind of, each thing is different, because they also, when they dove into the Wolverine comic, they also dove into Cyber and all the other Weapon X people, you know, because they go like from Weapon 1, who I can't remember, and there was a Weapon 0, I can't remember who he was either. And then, like, the next two people I can't remember. And then there's Maverick, Sabretooth, Silver Fox, and then Wolverine. And then there's Kane and Deadpool. And then there's a couple other ones until you get all the way up to X-23. So, and X-23 is the only viable clone out of the 20-some-odd clones before her of Wolverine's DNA that actually survives and makes it through. So, you know, you get into comics and you start reading it, and it's going in this direction, and everything is going, wait, and then slap in the face. They change everything. So I'm going to end this video because we're almost at the 15-minute mark, and then I will talk about 2 more videos, or at least 1 more comic. But before I go, I just lost it again. I just had it in my hand. There he is. You guys probably want to check the torpedo out, because I just discovered him today. So I'm going to find out as much as I can about him, and then we'll probably give you another review, unless I forget that I made this video, which tends to happen because I got a lot of shit going on right now, and things are just going from bad to worse, and etc. etc. But thank you for tuning in. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2, second video of comic book gems rant, and there will be a third and a fourth. About to start though right now. If I can stop this.